are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Sox knocked around Nola. They got early run support, scored early and often for Tanner Houck. It was double your pleasure, double your fun at the plate. All said and done. Red Sox Thursday night take the finale against the Phillies, winning 9-3. With that, they take the series 2-1, and they win the series at home at Fenway Park. Winning baseball at home is always good. They win a series against the best team in the National League. Welcome to the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime baseball play-by-play announcer, national show host, and a kid of the 1980s who at one point watched Red Sox games on an old black and white TV, a real small black and white TV. We are back at it with a reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed. That is free, available wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget part 2 of Gabby Hurlbut's chat with former Red Sox pitcher Bronson Arroyo, terrific musician as well. Gabby's interview, the second part of that, dropping on Friday, part 1 debuting on Thursday. Gabby, of course, does a terrific job with the daily in-depth Sox content right here on the Red Sox podcast feed and also on Locked On Sports Boston as well. So the Red Sox dropped the opener to the Phillies Tuesday night, come back, win the next 2, including the finale Thursday night against 9-3. Let's get the final right. 9-3, the final. And the Sox are a game above 500 going into the weekend series against the Yankees. You have to feel good about that. Jarren Duran, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, walk, run scored. More on Duran later. Tyler O'Neill, 3-run home run. Tanner Houck, good enough. Quality outing. Picked up the win, 7-5 on the season. ERA does go, don't fret now, but it goes from 1.91 to 2.08. This episode is brought to you by Tax Network USA, right here on Locked On Red Sox podcast. And again, Tax Network USA. Did you know that it's never too late to resolve your tax issues with the IRS? Don't wait. Reduce your tax debt and get help from a team of licensed tax professionals. Call 1-800-549-1000, 1-800-549-1000, or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. That is tnusa.com/lockedon. So the Red Sox pick up the victory on Thursday night. Again, take 2 out of 3. Rough stretch. We knew this week was going to be rough, but you take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. Now the Yankees come to town. More on that later on as well. But think about where you were at Wednesday night. Celtics playing Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Tom Brady ceremony in Foxborough. Red Sox at one point down 4-0 in Game 2 of the series. It looked like the Phillies were going to clinch the series, winning the first 2. Well, Celtics won. Brady ceremony in Foxborough, a who's who of New England royalty. And the Red Sox came back and beat the Phillies. Thursday night, Houck gave you a quality outing. 6 runs, 3 earned. We'll get more to Tanner Houck. Red Sox win the game and a game over 500. 9-3 the final. So let's make a deal right here, right now. Let's make a deal. Let's not talk about, now this includes me and you and the Red Sox. Let's not talk about 500 again this season. 34-34 record with the win on Wednesday night, now 35-34. Do the math, it's simple. Even if you drop 2 out of 3, you're back to 500 after Sunday and Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN TV. That'll be the finale, final 2 games of the series against the Yankees, as you would expect on a weekend series, national TV. But if you win tomorrow night, you're 2 games over 500. You did not lose the next 2. Any scenario where you drop 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, you're playing with house money, right? You've won 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. Now the Yankees come to town, first series of the season. But let's do better, right? Let's do better. Let's make a deal and not talk about 500 again. Getting to 34-34, the 17th time this season the Red Sox have been at 500. We've been talking about a 500 Red Sox team for, well, pretty much all of last year until it wasn't a 500 team. And this year, it's, a game under 500, a couple of games over 500. I think the high water mark this year has been 5 games, right? So how does this team now take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees? The Yankees have been on a roll. They did lose on Thursday. Royals walked them off in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Royals needed that win, avoided the series sweep as they got a base hit from Maikel Franco, 2-run double. Boom, Clay Holmes blows the save. Holmes had to be used on Thursday. And when we get into things I like and things I love in our next segment, I'm going to tell you one of the things that I absolutely loved from the ballgame. I'm going to go through a couple. There were plenty of things to like and love from the Red Sox victory. But let's make a deal. let's no longer talk about a 500 Red Sox team. The Red Sox are going to have to play their role in this. They're a huge factor, right? Of course they are. But the win on Thursday, you clinch the series. 14 hits total, 9-3 victory. 6 for 13 with runners in scoring position, 7 doubles, not a season high, including 4 in a row. They had 5 doubles in the first 2 innings against Aaron Nola. And they knocked around Nola. You want to call him a co-ace. Ranger Suarez, you missed him. You're going to see Luis Gil, their ace pretty much. They've had great starting pitching from the Yankees so far this year. We'll delve into that a little bit later on as well with what's on tap. So, with Tanner Houck pitching, I said it with Nick Pivetta on Wednesday night. I really thought going into the game on Wednesday, Pivetta was going to give you a better outing. Didn't happen. Bullpen, bats came alive. Bullpen took him off the hook. Bats came alive, took the lead, took him off the hook for the losing decision. Tanner Houck, was it a complete ace performance? No, but it was a quality outing. Tanner Houck gave you a solid outing. Okay? Now, 7-5 on the year, ERA just over 2 at 2.08, entered at 1.91. But Houck, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, 6 ground ball outs, 7 outs recorded in the air as well. What's an ace? An ace stops a losing streak, okay? An ace stops a losing streak. That's an ace. You've lost 3 in a row, 4 in a row. An ace should stop that losing streak, prevent it from going 5, 6, 7 games. An ace also does what Tanner Houck did on Thursday night. You're 1-1 in a series against a team that has a better record than you. He gave you enough. He gave you 6 innings. I thought he was going to get a 7th. Had an opportunity. You know what? Bullpen took care of the rest. And really, Brad Keller, newer addition to the Red Sox roster, we'll get into him later as well. But 3 innings in the bullpen. Your bullpen is now set up for the Yankees series. Kenley Jansen only worked 1 inning. Slayton only worked 1 inning Wednesday night, so they've got a day of rest. They're locked and loaded and rested and ready to go for this Yankee series. Am I making too much of the Yankee series? It is the first series of the season between the two teams. It's not for the division. But for the Red Sox, a game over 500, feeling good. You've taken 2 of 3 from the Phillies. Go take 2 of 3 from the Yankees. All bets are off. All bets are off when the Yankees and Red Sox play. Cliche to say. But Tanner Houck, again, showing that he's an ace. And I won't reference it often, but as I get into this is our 3rd episode. I love, and pretty much even before I started this, I was back and forth with the Red Sox every single night. Where I live in the New Haven, Connecticut area, I'm privy to the Yankees, Mets in New York, and the Red Sox in Boston. I get NESN, I get SNY, I get the S Network. I'm spoiled. I don't need to go buy the package. I've got plenty of baseball every single night. I've always been a huge fan of Dave O'Brien. He's been very good to me over the years. Lou Merloni is growing on me. I love Kevin Youkilis. I love Will Middlebrooks all in the booth when they're in there with OB. So I won't always reference things that Lou Merloni is saying, but I always learn something from Lou. And a lot of times I'm just in agreement. He almost solidifies my thoughts and confirms what I should be, okay, am I thinking this? Am I right in my thinking? Lou Merloni kind of, I'm steadfast to say, okay, I'm on the right line if Merloni's saying something similar to what I'm thinking during the course of a game. But Tanner Houck, again, not his best stuff, but he gave you 6 innings. And I'm going to tell you an awful lot more about what I like about Tanner Houck coming up in our next segment as well. But Houck gets the job done. 34,000 plus at Fenway Park, 9-3 the final. Red Sox scored first. And that's one of the things about Houck. You look at the first inning, he didn't give up a run. That wasn't the case the previous 2 nights. Crawford and Pivetta. Crawford gave up the home run first pitch of the game to open up the series on Tuesday night. Kyle Schwarber had the only 2 home runs in the series, by the way. But Tanner Houck, not an ace. He's a 7-inning guy. That's an ace. You always talk about teams going deep into their bullpen. An ace gets you to rest your bullpen every 5th day. And they only needed to use 1 reliever in the game. And Keller doing the job and getting the job done in the 9th inning, not having a couple of base runners on, have to heat up the bullpen. He did his job as well. But Tanner Houck picking up the victory, and Houck had a couple of shutdown innings. Now 7-5 on the season, 2.08 ERA. He's better than his record. And Houck is going to be an all-star. And in the coming days and weeks, we'll talk about, Red Sox all-stars, because there are a handful on this roster who are certainly deserving of consideration along those lines. So let's make a deal. And what's an ace? Tanner Houck, folks. He's an ace. Bottom line, he is an ace of this pitching staff. And that's great to see. So, segment 1 in the books, Red Sox series in the books, take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. What I know I like and what I know I love, that's next. Steve Lennox with you on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. We are talking about the Red Sox 9-3 victory against the Phillies at Fenway Park on Thursday night. So our Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks, our good friends at Prize Picks. So we are getting here. Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun, exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Prize Picks has something for every sports fan, from baseball, basketball, to League of Legends and everything in between. You can pick Jokic, you can pick Shohei Ohtani, you can pick Connor McDavid, and you can pick Jude Bellingham as well. Visit the website at Prize Picks and Policy Genius, as well as another one of our sponsors, as well as we are talking about the Red Sox victory against the Philadelphia Phillies, with the Red Sox taking 2 out of 3 in the series. Mentioning Policy Genius. Yes, indeed. So, 9-3 victory for the Red Sox. And again, our Locked On Red Sox postcast is also sponsored by Policy Genius. A lot of life is unpredictable. We know that. But a good life insurance plan gives you and your family a financial safety net to protect against some of those unknowns. Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. It makes choosing the right policy for your family easy and quick. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options are 100% online and let you avoid unnecessary medical exams. Get peace of mind by finding the right life insurance policy with Policy Genius. Head to policygenius.com, click on the link in the description to get your free life insurance quote and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com, policygenius.com. Click on the green transition and see below. Again, that is policygenius.com. Steve Lennox, Locked On Red Sox. Yeah, we got that. Take that right off there. Locked On Red Sox postcast, talking about the Red Sox 9-3 victory against the Philadelphia Phillies. And let's get into things I know I like and things I know that I love. So let's start with Tanner Houck. Established himself early. Did not give up a run in the first inning. And that was big. Why was that big? Well, I mentioned it earlier. Cutter Crawford, first pitch of the game 2 nights ago. Boom, home run Kyle Schwarber. 1-0. Phillies in the lead. Never trailed in that game. Last night, Nick Pivetta. 3 hitters in. Bryce Harper infield base hit. First 3 batters reaching. Pivetta down 1-0. 5 batters into the game. Pivetta and the Red Sox down 2-0. And the Red Sox would come back and win the game. But Tanner Houck kept the ball in the yard. Gave up a goose egg in the first inning. So the Red Sox get a 4-run spot in the second inning against Aaron Nola, right? 4 runs across. That was outstanding. So just kind of getting back into my notes that are now all over the place. Tanner Houck, 4 runs in the second inning. What does Houck do in the third inning? Again, the goose egg in the first, loved it. Goose egg in the third inning. A shutdown inning is what we can describe it as. Up 4-0. You know what? I'm Tanner Houck. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put up a 0 in the third. Now, Houck left a couple of base runners. He had a lot of base runners early on. In the fourth inning, Schwarber touched him up, 2-out, 3-run double. Now it's a 1-run game. Okay. Only 3 runs that Houck allowed. So what do the Red Sox do? Up 4-0, up 4-3 after 3.5. Red Sox answer by scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth inning and go up 8-3. Add 1 more run in the 6th inning. Houck had that shutdown inning in the third after he got a 4-0 lead, gave up the 3 spot on the double, bases clearing double in the 4th inning off the bat of Schwarber, and that was it. Limited the damage right there. Schwarber was left in scoring position. Red Sox hitters who haven't always come through for Tanner Houck. He's been involved in a lot of low-scoring games where he's either taken a tough luck loss or ends up with a no decision. But they answered right back with a 4-run bottom of the 4th inning, the big blow in that inning, the 3-run home run by Tyler O'Neill. And I always love it as well. These are things that I like and that I love. You can figure out which is which right here. Really, I love them all. I love these things that the Red Sox are doing. I really do. Houck in the 5th inning. 1, 2, 3. Retired the side in order on 6 pitches. At that point, after 4, you're thinking, okay, he's going to get one more. You're going to be happy with 5 innings. But in that 5th inning, retires the side 1, 2, 3, a couple of ground ball outs, a line out, I think, from Bryce Harper, 6 pitches, inning over. So went from, I believe, 77 to 83 pitches. Worked the 6th inning as well. And in the 6th inning, I think 11 total pitches. So 17 pitches to get 6 outs in those middle innings. That was crucial. And it was against kind of the heart of the order for the Phillies, which is a deep lineup, as we know. But Houck got the job done. They also add on with those runs as well. 4-0, 4-3, 8-3, 9-3. That turned out to be the final 7 doubles, 14 base hits for the Red Sox. So things that I like right there. Also, right now, want to tip my cap because I mentioned him already, and I'll mention him again. Brad Keller. Let's not mince words. Did I like what Brad Keller did in his outing on Thursday night for the Red Sox out of the bullpen? No, I did. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. 3 innings, 2 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 46 pitches. Does pick up the save. That is outstanding. Sets up the bullpen for the weekend. Alex Cora did not have to go to the bullpen, and that was important enough that he did not have to call upon a second reliever in the 9th inning in what was a 9-3 game, 6-run lead. But Keller, I don't think anyone even got up to throw in the 9th inning. Keller got the job done over 3 innings. Love it. Absolutely loved what Keller did. And even when they picked him up, I said, you know what? And this is a guy right now, long reliever. Maybe next time the Red Sox need a bullpen game, they may not need a bullpen game necessarily. Because Keller's a guy who you can stretch out a little bit. He's been stretched out. You can put him in a spot start. We know he can go 3. He can probably give you 5. But if you can get 3 to 5 innings out of Keller in a start in the coming weeks, you might need it. There's not an off day until next Thursday. So Keller is a guy, and I liked it when they signed him. And kind of similar to Cavan Biggio, DFA'd by the Blue Jays, ends up getting traded to top team in the NL West, the Dodgers. They worked a trade for a minor league pitcher. Did the Red Sox need to do that? No. But there are a lot of teams, top-tier teams, that I think could have made a bid for Cavan Biggio. He ends up going to the Dodgers. And the Dodgers just, can kind of add on each and every way that they go and put that together. Again, Red Sox pick up the victory. A nice win. 35-34 record through their first 69 games of the season. Did the math real quick off the top of my head right there. So, again, Houck doing a terrific job. Things I like, things I love. Houck, 6 innings, quality outing. And, again, a couple of shutdown innings after the Red Sox scored runs. And the Red Sox, once Houck gave up the 3 runs in that inning, came back, responded with a 4-run frame in the bottom half of the inning, go on for the 9-3 victory. One more thing that I like, and these are growing on me. And this might be a tough sell. Not that I was completely not buying into it, but David Hamilton late in the game stayed in the game, but fouled a ball off his leg, and the athletic trainer came out, Alex Cora came out, and you see the number 70 on the back of David Hamilton's jersey. And I noticed it earlier in the game too. I mean, Houck is just all arms and legs. And Hamilton wearing number 70, Houck wearing number 89, I'll admit, that slowly is starting to grow on me, those high numbers. I think if Hamilton got an opportunity to wear a single-digit number or a number in the teens, he'd run with it. But with the Red Sox, keep that number 70. Odd number for a shortstop. As long as there's not a pitcher with a single-digit number, that's where I draw the line. 70 for Hamilton, 89 for Houck. Those are 2 things I can say that I now like. Not reluctantly. I like it. I like those numbers. And if I was going to get a Red Sox jersey, probably be a Tanner Houck jersey. My Tanner Houck story, another time. So, hitting segment number 3, a new segment that we're going to try to do. Our number of the night, we also look ahead to the Sox series coming up against the Yankees as well. Steve Lennox, Locked On Red Sox postcast. Red Sox recapping their 9-3 victory against the Phillies with the win Thursday night. They take the rubber game of the 3-game set. And again, you're going to get me tired of me hearing it. I'm not going to talk about 500 anymore. I'm going to talk about being over 500. Sox with the win Thursday night. Now, a game over 500. All right. Again, we are continuing right here. And once again, our Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Tax Network USA. Here on Locked On Red Sox postcast, we pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or the playoffs. It's year-round. You know what else is year-round? Yeah, collection season. Yep. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS will stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS, we know, can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay this season and need help correcting filing, call 1-800-549-1000, 1-800-549-1000, or visit tnusa.com/lockedon, tnusa.com/lockedon. See the link in this episode description below. Red Sox, 35th win of the season. Sox jumped out to a 4-0 lead, never trailed, and beating the Phillies 9-3. 7 doubles in the game, 1 home run, that a 3-run shot from Tyler O'Neill, and the Red Sox pick up the win. So back to my note cards, and when we do episode number 4, by the way, we are going to have another way of putting our notes together. But segment 3, I think we're going to try to do this every single night. Number of the night. Jarren Duran, thank you very much. Duran, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a walk, so on base in that leadoff spot 3 times, had his 2 doubles, and his first 2 at-bats of the ball game. So updating Jarren Duran. Actually, before we update you on his 24 numbers, let's go back to last year. Jarren Duran, 102 games for the Red Sox in 2023, establishing himself as a big leaguer. Still some mistakes, still rough edges, had to polish those rough edges. But Duran, 102 games last year, okay? 44 extra base hits, 34 doubles, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. So, again, most nights I'm already in front of the television watching the Red Sox on NESN, listening to Dave O'Brien and whoever's in the booth with him last couple of games. It's been Lou Merlone. So have the TV on, getting ready to put this together, and I've got it on NESN, postgame on NESN, right? Not trying to steal things from there, but just trying to look at the numbers and stuff. They put Duran's extra base hits up there. He's, I think, 3rd or 4th in Major League Baseball right now. 35 extra base hits. 20 doubles, including the 2 Thursday night and the 9-3 victory. 20 doubles, 10 triples. That leads Major League Baseball, and 5 home runs. Number of the night. Can Jarren Duran get to 70 extra base hits for 2024? We'll let that sink in for a minute. He's got 35 right now. We're not even at the midpoint of the season. We're closing in on it, but we're almost at the midpoint of the season, 81 games in. We're getting there. 35 extra base hits. Can Jarren Duran, I'm going to keep track of these with the number of the night. And it's not going to always be projections. Might just be, a hitting streak or something along those lines, a pitcher with a great line, something along those lines. But this one stuck out for me when I was watching Jarren Duran in one of his early at-bats of the game. 70 extra base hits for the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox. Can he get to that number? 35 right now on the season. I'm going back and forth in my head. I think he can get there. And if he gets there, folks, we're not going to be talking about the 500 Red Sox. We're going to be talking about the Red Sox and the postseason. And again, I put it out there last night. The division race, Yankees, Orioles, can the Red Sox get back in it? Not likely. Kind of compare that to a team right now that's 7 or 8 games under 500, even 9 to 10 games under 500. You know how hard it is to get to that 500 mark when you've dug yourself that deep into a hole. Right now, Yankees, Orioles, let them fight it out for the division. You're going for one of the wild card spots. And again, it might just be that third wild card spot. So you might be talking right now, you're battling that with the Twins. And teams right now, yeah, I'm going to talk about 500, but I'm going to talk about everyone else below the Red Sox right now. They're under 500. We're not talking about those teams until they're 500 or better. So that is the number of the night. Can Jarren Duran get to 70 extra base hits in 2024? Should have done it earlier, can do it multiple times throughout the course of our Locked On Red Sox postcast. But as we build our audience, and that's what we're doing here, we'll be patient, but we will require you, as you join us, to leave comments. So I pose the number of the night, 70 extra base hits. Can Jarren Duran get there? Tell me I'm a fool for thinking that he can, or say, yeah, you know what, you're right, and this is why he's going to do it. You can share your thoughts on that as well. So the Red Sox take 2 of 3 from the Phillies. They face 3 solid pitchers in the 3 games. Yeah, solid. I'm underselling Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. But Red Sox got to Nola in Thursday night's victory. Now you look ahead with what's on tap, and you've got the Yankees coming to town. First series of the season between the Yankees and the Red Sox. They'll play twice during the first half, twice after the All-Star break. Nola, ugly line in the loss to the Red Sox Thursday night at Fenway. 3 2/3 innings, 11 hits. That matched a career high in hits allowed in a game. He gave up 8 earned runs, walked 2, struck out 2. And it's his first loss. It's a first outing where he's given up a whole bunch of runs. 7 runs, 6 earned in his first start of the season, late March, against the Atlanta Braves. And his third loss of the season for Nola, but his first since May 8th. So I bring those numbers up to say this emphatically, with an exclamation point as well. Do what you did to Aaron Nola on Thursday night and do the same to Yankee starter Friday night, Luis Gil. And let me tell you, Gil has been solid. Yankees losing the finale to the Royals on Thursday, failed to complete the series sweep at beautiful Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. But you know what? You did it to Nola on Thursday night. Do it again to Gil on Friday night. Make it 3 wins in a row. Go 2 games over 500. Luis Gil and Brian Bello. Bello gets a start in game 1. Brian Bello, a note to Brian Bello, you got to be better. ERA almost 5. Got off to a great start. First 6 starts of the season. I think there was 1 clunker in there. Overall, though, first 6 starts of the season, you're like, yeah, Bello, Houck, Pavetta, get a couple of guys healthy. That's not happening. Whitlock done. Brian Bello, last time out against the White Sox, not so good. Brian Bello needs to go out there on Friday night in the series opener and give you 6 quality innings. He's due. Last 5 outings, not so good. And you need to be on your game early against the Yankees on Friday night, because if Luis Gil is on his game and you are not familiar with Luis Gil, he's a guy who can go get you. He's only made 1 career start. That was a handful of years ago against the Red Sox. I think it was his 3rd or 4th start in 2021. First couple of starts in the big leagues. One was against the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. But Gil is right there. I mean, he's been the anchor of that pitching staff for the Yankees, and they haven't had Garrett Whitlock all season long. Best team in baseball right now. That's a pitching matchup for Game 1. Gil versus Bello. Carlos Rodon has been solid this year. Solid plus we'll give him. He goes up against Cooper Criswell. And then Marcus Stroman against Cutter Crawford against Saturday, Sunday national TV. Stroman has pitched well for the Yankees this season. Cutter Crawford, Gil might be due for a clunker. Bello needs a good start. He's due. Cutter Crawford, let's see Sunday night. We've got a lot to talk about over the next 2 games, but let's see Sunday night. Cutter Crawford get some run support and put things together for the Red Sox as he'll get the start in the series finale. Again, 9-3 the final. Red Sox pick up the victory. 14 hits total against Aaron Nola and the Phillies bullpen. Sox 2 4-run innings. Tyler O'Neill 3-run home run and a 4-run inning. And that second inning, 5 straight hits, including 4 straight doubles at one point against Aaron Nola. Good enough for the victory. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast follows each and every Red Sox game right through the end of the regular season. and dare I say October baseball as well. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Subscribe to the Locked On Boston Podcast Network. They did move the start time up for Friday's series opener against the Yankees because Game 4 of the NBA Finals in Dallas Friday night, and the Celtics now one win away from their 18th title in franchise history. Up 3-0. And guess what? It's just a matter of time. Can they do it in the sweep against the Dallas Mavericks? We'll see Friday night. But I believe it is 156-0 all time. NBA teams in a playoff series going up 3-0. Never a loss for that team that has that advantage. And don't forget, John Corrales has you covered for everything with the Celtics right now. John, reaction to Game 3 victory, and John as well, looking forward to Game 4 as well. Will Kristaps Porzingis be in there? Do they need him? Celtics again looking to close out the NBA title, and it would be their 18th in franchise history. Yankees, Red Sox open up first of 3 at Fenway Park Friday night. Red Sox coming in on a 2-game win streak. We will be on board within minutes of the last out Friday night with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast.